What's up guys, Tobiias here and welcome to, as you can tell by the title, I'm doing a team of the season predictor for the Premier League. Now I did question whether I was going to do this or not because, you know, football is an opinionated sport. Everyone has their own opinions about who's better than who, and I knew if I did this a lot of people would agree with me and I know a lot of people would disagree with me, which I'm fine with, but I'm going to do this. And please do let me know in the comment section below which you think is the Premiership's team of the season, because I know there's not going to be many people that agree 100% of my starting 11, and I would just like to hear the feedback from you guys about what you think is going to be the Premiership's team of the season, which is going to be released by EA in the next couple of weeks. So please do let me know that in the comment section below. So getting straight into this then, I'm going to be talking you through my starting 11, and in the two striking positions then, I do have Suarez and Van Persie. And for me personally, I think this was an easy decision. I mean, there's only two strikers for this 4-4-2 starting lineup, and I couldn't think of any other striker in the Premier League that does even match what these two have done for their clubs. I mean, a lot of people would say Michu, which I'll come on to in a minute, but I personally consider him as a centre midfielder because that is what his position is when FIFA first started overall. And Suarez and Van Persie have been amazing for their clubs this season. Van Persie scored 21 goals for United this season, and Suarez has scored 22 goals for Liverpool this season. So I mean, personally, both of them have been absolutely amazing. Suarez has got 9 Man of the Match awards this season compared to Van Persie's 9 Man of the Matches. And if you consider the fact Van Persie has joined a new club this season, to come into the new club in his first season and score 21 goals, I think that is absolutely amazing. I mean, you could compare it to what Torres did for Chelsea when he first joined them, but for me, those two strikers are by far the best in the Premier League this season. Moving on to the midfield then, I'll start on the left mid position. It is an easy decision for me personally. I think Bale has been the best left mid in the season for the Premier League by a country mile. I mean, he was really quiet at the start of the season, don't get me wrong, and I mean, everyone will agree with that. That's just fact. He was really quiet in the first half of the season, but the second half of the season, he literally just came out of shell and he was absolutely unbelievable. 17 goals for a left mid is absolutely crazy. 3 assists, and if you look at the amount of Man of the Match awards he has had, he's had 10 Man of the Matches. That just speaks for itself as a left midfielder. And I mean, everyone says that he carried Tottenham. I mean, they won today 3-1 against Manchester City. Now, as obviously, even though he's just come back from an injury, it wasn't the most prolonged injury, but he did get on the score sheet nonetheless. But 17 goals for a left mid, that just has to be team of the season for me. Moving on to the right hand side, then I'll go and look at the right mid. I'm going to put in Mata. Now, a lot of you will be saying he's a centre mid or he's a centre attacking mid, but you know, his in form from the previous week when he was in form on FIFA, he did get put into a right mid position, and that is because he is playing on the right hand side of the pitch for Chelsea a lot. So a lot of people do say that he is more of a right midfielder these days than a centre attacking mid. But looking at his stats, he's scored 10 goals in 25 appearances, sorry. And as well as those 10 goals, he has also scored, he has also had 11 assists, 21 shots on target for a midfielder, again, is absolutely awesome, and 3 Man of the Matches by Mata. So for me, that was just an easy decision. Put Mata in the right-hand side into the right mid position, and he would easily make team of the season. Moving on to the two centre mids, then I've gone for Cazorla and Carrick. Now, I'm going to start with Carrick. Being a Manchester United fan, and if you follow me on Twitter, you're probably going to know how much I love Carrick. I mean, this season, he's been absolutely amazing. Yes, he's only scored 1 goal. Yes, he's only had 4 assists, but for me, Carrick isn't a player that gets on the score sheet. It is more about what he does from the central mid position and what he does to carry Manchester United in those individual games. Now, for me, he's a really slow player. So if I was like Alex Ferguson, for example, if Manchester United were winning, he's the kind of player that if he wasn't starting, I would bring on simply just to slow the pace of the game down. Now, looking at his passing accuracy, 88% passing accuracy across the whole season. That is absolutely awesome for a centre mid position player. I mean, a lot of players this season, and even looking at this starting 11, a lot of them don't even have anything near that passing accuracy that Carrick does, but simply because of the way he has played recently and the way he has absolutely been the central man for United this season with that 88% passing accuracy, he has had to make the team of the season for me. Obviously then next in, then we've got Cazorla, 33 appearances and he's had 12 goals. I don't even like Arsenal, but I hate to admit the fact he has been absolutely amazing. He has carried them from the central mid position again, 9 Man of the Matches, and he has scored more goals than Giroud. I mean, everyone does hate him. He hasn't been on the score sheet too much for Arsenal this season, and he is a striker which you would expect he would be banging in a lot of goals. But Cazorla, he isn't even a striker, and he has had 12 goals and 7 assists. And looking at his passing accuracy, it is just 1% less than Carrick's at 87%. And for me, that was an easy decision, those two to hold the centre-mid position in this Premier League team of the season. Moving on to defence then, as you can see on the left back, we do have Baines. 34 appearances, 5 goals and 5 assists. For me, again, he isn't really a player that does get on the score sheet too much. Obviously, he does take the free kicks for Everton, and he does have a deadly curl on him, and he does score quite a lot from free kicks. But for me, this season and last season as well, for me, he has just been the best left back in the Premier League for the two past seasons. And I mean, a lot of people would agree with me. I know a lot of Chelsea fans would say Cole, but for me, Cole has done absolutely nothing this season. Baines has been by far the best left back in the Premier League, and that is why he has made the starting 11 in this squad. Moving on to the right hand side then, we do have Zabaleta. Now, this was a really hard decision for me, because I did want to put Raphael, because again, I did think Raphael has been an absolute, he has literally come out of his shell this season. He has been absolutely amazing, but I thought it would be a bit Manchester United bar, so I did put Zabaleta from Manchester City. And I mean, I hate to admit it because I absolutely hate Manchester City, but I really do rate Zabaleta. He is a really, really good right back in my personal opinion. 26 games he's played this season for Manchester City, getting 2 goals and 2 assists. But looking at his passing accuracy, 85%, and again, for a right back, that is really, really good. And his average rating per game in the Premier League this season has been 7.15, which again is really, really consistent. I was looking at all the ratings he has had in the games throughout this season, and he has been a really, really consistent right back, which is why I put him in the right back position for this squad. Moving into the 2 centre back position players, then I do have Vertonghen and Shawcross. Vertonghen for me has been easily by far the best centre back in the Premier League this season. Obviously, he has recently joined Tottenham, and looking at his stats, 29 appearances, 4 goals, 3 assists, which is absolutely awesome. You wouldn't expect the centre-back to get on the score sheet too much, but he has scored quite a lot of headers, and he has been in form twice, I think, although he should have been in form twice on FIFA this season. So that is why I put him in the centre-back position, and as well as that 4 Man of the Match awards, as well as that 86% passing accuracy. Moving on to the second centre-back then, I've put Shawcross. A lot of people will argue that it shouldn't be Shawcross, but for me, I really think he has been an absolute tank for Stoke this season. He has literally been there when they have needed him. 33 appearances. Yes, he's only scored 1 goal for them. Yes, he has only scored. He only had 1 assist. Sorry, but he has. Per game, he has had 2.7 aerial challenges won per game, which I was looking at all the other centre-backs, which I did want to put in there as well as Vertonghen, as Shawcross, and that just literally stood out from the bunch. That is why Shawcross, for me, has made the starting 11. Finally, then, we do have Begovic in the goalkeeping position. It was either him or Lloris, but I just thought Begovic for Stoke has literally been absolutely insane. Personally, I think he should have been in form last week, but he wasn't. So for me, it was an easy decision for him to be in the starting 11 for this year's team of the season in the Premier League. Now, I have gone to do some substitutions as well, simply because it was just too hard whether I just needed them to be in this squad, but I felt it was a bit harsh not having them in the team of the season. I thought it was a bit harsh not having them in the team this season, so that is why I did include a subs bench. So the first player then we do have is Lloris. I think he has been absolutely amazing for Tottenham this season. 88 rated, which obviously I bumped up 2 ratings, which is normally 86 version, but I think he is absolutely amazing goalkeeper. And he is the French #1, don't forget, and in the future I think he is going to do great things for Tottenham. As I said then, Raphael, it was tough choosing between him or Zabaleta. I did have to include him in the subs bench. Jagielka then, a lot of people will say Jagielka instead of Shawcross, but I literally couldn't make my mind up, so I did include him in the subs bench. He has been absolutely amazing for Everton this season. In the centre-mid position then, obviously we had to include Michu. The amount they paid for Michu to bring him into Swansea this season, and the amount of goals he has scored has been absolutely unbelievable. The start of this season, he was absolutely banging in the goals. I couldn't believe it. The price Swansea paid to bring him in, there is no way that he cannot be in team this season this year. Next to him then we do have Fellaini. I know a lot of people will be saying there's too many Everton players in this squad, but Fellaini has been really solid. I really do rate him, and in the future I'm looking forward to what he has got to bring to Everton. Next to him then we do have Hazard. A lot of people will say Hazard over Bale, but I just, again, 2 players I couldn't make my mind up, so I did have to include Hazard on the subs bench. He has been really amazing for Chelsea this season. I mean, I don't really like to admit it because I had my fingers crossed that he was going to be coming to Manchester United. but I really do rate him, and I think he's done great things for Chelsea this season, which is why I included him in the subs bench. Now, final player then I did want to have as a striker. We had Van Persie, we did have Suarez, and I just couldn't make my mind up who it should be, and I did ask you guys, and you guys did vote to have Benteke in the subs bench as the striker. He has been absolutely carrying Aston Villa. You know, they're not doing too well this season, but he has been on the score sheet the majority of the time when Aston Villa have been scoring goals. So that has been my team of the season starting 11, and they are my 7 substitutions. I hope you do agree with a lot of them, and if you don't, please do let me know in the comment section below. Please also do let me know if you'd like to see me do a team of the season predictors for any of the other leagues. If we could smash 1,000 likes, that would be absolutely awesome, and I really do look forward to reading what you guys have to put in the comment section below. And until my next video, I'll be speaking to you guys later. Take care.